Hey everyone, thank you for joining today. I am Anirudh Arakarevala. I work with the product management team here at MicroStrategy, and I'm really excited to speak to you today about Python for automation. So many of you may already know and are probably very familiar with MicroStrategy Command Manager. It is a tool that has been around for quite some time and provides a one-stop shop for automating administrative tasks. It provides many great features such as the Command Manager outlines and procedures, auto code completion, and much, much more. But really, in MicroStrategy 2021, you'll be glad to know that there is now a new modern alternative for automating administrative workflows. We've been working hard to build out the REST API layer and the Workstation platform, which you may have seen in the previous session. This has allowed us to build out the MysterioPy package to support end-to-end admin journeys that you may have used historically with Command Manager. In MicroStrategy 2020, we released the MysterioPy package primarily for data scientists so that they could integrate their trustworthy business data from MicroStrategy into more advanced machine learning workflows that can be written with the powerful Python programming language. Now we have expanded that very same package to enable administrators to leverage Python to automate critical and time-consuming administrative tasks. The transition from Command Manager to Python will make administration much more accessible to developers within your organization. Python is the second most powerful and popular programming language, second only to C, and is very easy to learn and use. The simplicity of the language itself allows for easy maintenance and scalability of the code, which will allow you, the MicroStrategy administrator, a much more easy time maintaining all of your scripts. Additionally, Python has a deep ecosystem of open source functionality. With over 200,000 libraries and packages available on PyPy, administrators can tap into this ecosystem to complete some of their more complicated workflows. Most importantly, however, the advantages of the MysterioPy package is built upon our ever-expanding REST API layer, which is so heavily connected to our Workstation platform. So in the near future, you can expect that the functionality of the package will continue to grow, and we will continue to see an integration of Python and Workstation. Now, to jump into the new features in the 2021 release, the MysterioPy package will support automation for 6 key administrative workflows. These are workflows that every MicroStrategy administrator uses on a daily or weekly basis. To start off, we have server and application management. With these two modules, you can closely manage your server nodes and applications within your environment. For server management, you can stop and start services, manage clusters, and export, import, and change server settings. With application, or otherwise more familiarly known as projects, you can view their properties, retrieve, compare, and update settings, and also export and import the settings. To give you a better sense of the power of the Mysterio package, I would like to show you a demo of the functionality. So with any Python script, it's important to begin by importing all the packages required for the script. So here we are importing all of the relevant packages from the MysterioPy library. So we'll run that and then connect to 2 environments that I've created for this demo, the dev environment and the prod environment. So here, through the advantages of object-oriented programming, we can create 2 separate objects for each environment. We can instantiate those in 2 separate objects and also instantiate the MicroStrategy tutorial prod and MicroStrategy tutorial dev projects. So for the server and application demo, we can see which services are running on the dev environment. So here in a very neat data frame, we can immediately see what services are running and which are not available. So here, for example, we will stop the Apache Kafka service. It may take some time, but once we get a notification, we will run again the topology to see the new status. So now you can see the Apache Kafka has been stopped. Again, we will start it, but this one may take some more time. And so we will move on to see which applications are actually in the environment. So we're going to basically just list the projects in the dev environment. So you can see here we have 6 projects. These are projects you get straight out of the box with a new MicroStrategy environment. We are going to unload, for example, the consolidated education project and see that it has actually taken place. So now we only have 5 projects available. Again, we'll load it back just to show that we have these functionalities. Some of the more interesting capabilities of this module is that we can now export application and server settings to JSON files. Also, we can export it to CSV and pickle files, but for the demo purposes, I would like to show you the JSON. So once they're exported, we can now open these files and see that it neatly shows in a dictionary key value pairs of the settings and their actual values. And what this will afford us is a lot of use cases with versioning control. We can recover settings from a previous time ago if something happens to our environment, and we can easily maintain the health of our environment with these settings. We can also compare project level settings of tutorial project in the development and production environments. So through object-oriented programming language, we can now compare settings across 2 separate environments. So if we do that, we notice that in our tutorial dev project, the max number of jobs per project is in half, and the max job per user count is 3/4, and same for jobs per user connection. So very neatly in a data frame, we can compare application settings across 2 different environments, something we couldn't do with Command Manager. Additionally, we can compare server level settings and see that we have differences in the maximum number of jobs per server across the dev and prod environment, maximum number of user connections, and minimum password length, right? These are just 3 example settings that I have given different values for. So now we will go ahead and update the server settings on dev to match the prod environment. So once the iServer settings have been updated, we run this same script again, and we see that those 3 settings have disappeared. The other way we can create parity across the 2 projects is you can export the tutorial prod settings to a CSV and then import that CSV file into the tutorial dev and then update through that. So here we exported the CSV file and then imported it back into dev. And now if we compare the 2 settings across the different environments, they are the same. So now this was the demo for server and application management. If we return to the presentation, the next key workflows that administrators can manage with Python is user management. We can create and manage users and user groups, as well as user connections. And we can also manage security role, ACLs, and privileges. Again, I would like to show you a demo to show you the power of these functionalities. So if we return to the script, here with the advantages of Python, I can import the Python library to connect to databases because I have created a local database where I store all of my user information. So with Python, I can now access that database, bring it into this script, and then create those new user accounts from the information I have in my database. So I will now create a group of newly hired employees from my database and create new user accounts for them. And you can see we've successfully created 7 accounts. We will then go ahead and add those new accounts to the administrator group. And very quickly, you can see in 2 lines of code, I have now added all 7 users to the administrator group. I would additionally like to provide user email addresses to those new users and add the MicroStrategy domain. So now very easily, I can iterate through the list of users I imported, and through the function user.add address, I can add the email address. And you can very quickly see how fast it is. In 5 lines of code, I can add 7 new email addresses to the accounts that I created. Another sort of workflow that's important for maintaining MicroStrategy environments is deleting empty user groups. We know we have a lot of user groups that are not always in use. And so, for example, I can display all of the user groups that don't have any members inside of them, right? And then for this particular one, I see that I don't require web viewers, and then I can go ahead and delete that user group, right? And then lastly, for user management demo, I know that I have a few users who are no longer with the company, and I'd like to disable and delete their email addresses. So I can iterate through this list and then alter their properties and remove their email address. So again, very quickly with the Python package, the task has been accomplished. So that is a demo for user management. Now, to return to the presentation, we have the last 2 key administration workflows that are released with MicroStrategy 2021. They are schedule and subscription management and library and dossier management. For schedules and subscriptions, you can create new email subscriptions through the Python package, manage their owners and recipients, execute those subscriptions as well. We don't yet have functionality for other forms of subscriptions, just emails right now. But also you can list schedules and get properties for a schedule. And so very soon you'll be able to create schedules via the Python package. And then lastly, for library and dossier management, this is something we didn't have with Command Manager, but gives us amazing new functionality, and that's something that's very useful for administrator workflows. Suppose I have a new hire group that I would like to share a particular dossier with. I can easily get information about that particular dossier, then publish it into the libraries of that new user cohort. And I can also easily remove the dossiers from a particular user's library. So I would also like to show you demos for those. So if I return to the script, for subscription and schedule management, I can show you here how to return all the schedules in a particular environment. And here you can see it's returned as a dictionary. So you can easily iterate through this dictionary and see, manipulate a particular key value pair. You can see here books closed, daily, also Monday morning as a schedule, right? And now when I create a new email subscription, I can set the name of the subscription, set the email of that subscription, email subject of that subscription, what the message is, what schedule ID I would like to put it on, and I've put it on the Monday morning. Every Monday, I would like to send a subscription that displays the list of departed users, which still need to be removed from a user group, right? And I would like this to be sent out to a particular user administrator that I created just before called Linda Chase. And the contents will be a report of all the departed users. Then I could show you that we have now created the subscription. It's on the Monday morning schedules. I created it. I am the owner as an MSTR user, and the recipient is Linda Chase, right? Now we can alter the owner of the subscription to be Linda, and then add all of those new user accounts that I created to be recipients, right? And you can see that it's iterating through those 7 user accounts that I've created and adding them as recipients of the departed user email subscription. And now if we check the properties again, the owner is now Linda Chase, and the recipients are all of the new administrators that I've created. Now to continue forward, we have library and dossier management. So we can easily see all the dossiers in the server, right? We have over 30 dossiers here listed, and then I can get info about a particular dossier, right? We can see in the properties, we get the name, description of the dossier, when it was created, modified, the owner, and if it was certified or not. And so in a particular use case, I would like to see all of the certified dossiers in my administrator library and then publish those certified dossiers to the new hire accounts that I've created. So here, if I view the certified dossiers in my library, I have 4 of them, and now I can publish them to the 7 accounts that I've just created. So now they've been published. If I go to the library of my server and log into Linda Chase account, we can see that now she has all 4 certified dossiers in her library. So that is a quick demo showing you the functionality of the 6 key administrative workflows that we've delivered in MicroStrategy 2021. So moving forward, Python scripts on Workstation. As I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, with the close integration of Workstation and the REST API layer, you can also expect to see automation play a role in the Workstation platform. With the 2021 GA release, you will see a script tab in the administration smart folder where you can upload Python scripts to your metadata. And with ACLs, you can provide a security layer so you can very specifically control who can view a particular script. Very soon, early this year, you will also be able to preview and execute your scripts from within Workstation, offering administrators a consolidated platform to perform manual and automated admin tasks. This is something we're very excited about, and you can expect many more functionalities forthcoming very soon. And then lastly, I'd like to cover some key general information about this newest offering. First, of course, is how to install Python and which version you should use. You can download the latest version of Python at www.python.org, which is run by the official Python Software Foundation. The Mysterio Py package is certified with Python 3.6 and higher. In order to get the Mysterio package, you can download it from the Python package installer using the pip install command, or you can visit the MicroStrategy GitHub page to download the package contents. There we also have sample scripts similar to the demos that I just showed that will show you the functionality in a small code snippet so that you can take that as inspiration for your own workflows. In terms of actually executing the administrative task, the package is intended for MicroStrategy 2021 GA because a few API dependencies are only delivered beginning with 11.3 GA. However, some functionalities will work with MicroStrategy 2020 versions because a few of those APIs were available with those releases. In terms of the license or privilege, the Mysterio Pi package no longer requires the client app data science license. However, you still need the proper privileges to access the APIs. We have code documentation available on our MicroStrategy product help page and can be accessed through our GitHub page as well. Lastly, are all MicroStrategy APIs encapsulated by Mysterio Pi? No, but many are. As I mentioned before, as our REST API layer continues to grow, we will be expanding the functionality of the package, but also if you're curious on how to extend the Mysterio Pi package to leverage other REST APIs, please take a look at our day 2 session, Top 10 Automated Administrator Tasks. I will be hosting that alongside a senior consultant of ours, and you can see there how we leverage other REST APIs not natively wrapped in Mysterio Pi. So that about wraps it up for Python for automation. I really appreciate your time. Thanks again.